Hello, everybody. Oh, there we. Oh, that's not showing Valorant. Well, one sec. Oh, there we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another week of ECAC, Week 5, post-university Valorant versus Nassau Community College. An important game here for post. For those of you who tuned in yesterday for NECC for post, they were 1-3, and winning that game brought them to 2-3 and kept their playoffs hopes alive. We're looking at a very similar situation for ECAC today, as they also sit at 1-3, and similar situation where it is a must-win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Looks like we're just setting up the lobby real quick. There should just be a minute or two. I think we have one computer restart, but important match for them. Yesterday they just came off of a very big win that came with a huge comeback in the first game. They were down 9-3 at the half on Haven. Definitely struggled in that first half, but they managed to swing things back and get a 13-11 win, followed by I want to say 13-6 win on Ascent, where they started off, I think it was 6-1 in their second game on the defending side. They only ended the half up 7-5, but then they closed everything out. The attack side, or on the attack side, and ended up winning pretty convincingly. And good signs overall for them going into this series. They will have the same roster that they had yesterday, which is their starting roster. Goops, Mojo, Chixxa, Dissident, and SteveJobless going to be in this lineup here. And for Nassau Community College, we have Wano, I'm not really sure how to say that one. Officious? I'm not really sure. We have Joven Neal, Monzi, and John Frank. Anyways, yeah, so we are looking at another Haven first map by the looks of it, this time with post starting on the attack side for it, which generally is their stronger half. It's the half that they ended up winning 10-2 in their game yesterday, and definitely their most comfortable map overall, certainly their most played. We'll have to see how things go. But little shenanigans in the chat going on right now as we're getting into things, but people should be ready to go in just a moment. And yeah, I mean, overall, the guns were popping for post yesterday. Especially, I think the big issue for Haven, why they got down so much in their first game, was early on the defensive side. They both got punished for pushing, which is something they do like to do a lot on the defense side of things. But on top of that, the clock was just kind of against them. They would get into these retake situations where they'd win a lot of the gunfights generally, but they just run into this situation where they just run out of time, barely not having enough time, or being in situations where, because there was no time and it was like a 1v1 situation, or even sometimes like a 2v1, where they just like had to tap bomb, and then we're punished for it into unfavorable fights. So we'll have to see if they can maybe hold these sites or retake faster today, or be able to get a lot of value off of the aggressive pushing that they like to do, because it did feel like their defensive side did fall a little bit flat overall. Meanwhile, the attacking side, absolute masterclass to turn that game around. And I did like the look that we saw yesterday with the team. It was Mojo on the Jet, who did have a slow start on that defensive side, but on the attack side was just absolutely fantastic. Dissident generally on that breach as usual. Was the Astra for SteveJobless. Chixxa on the Gecko, which I think is the only thing we've seen Chixxa play all season. Has been very good on it, especially from the utility side of things, and I think Post play really well around the fact that they have Gecko utility in a lot of situations, especially on this attack side. Willing to play around the Dizzy, willing to get the fast plants with Wingman, and sometimes maybe too trigger happy with Thrash, but always willing to invest it and just get that on and off of cooldown. So they end up getting a lot of uses of that ult per half, which is really big overall. So cycle through that very well. And then goops probably on some sort of Sentinel. I think it was the Vise yesterday for Haven. For Sent, it was Cypher. Has been liking that Vise a lot. Have seen a lot of good things overall. It's very easy to like solo hold a site on Vise if you can just win that opening duel, because the wall will give you that 1v1 and make things kind of like work out. So if you can just win that 1v1, then you can put yourself in a very like good spot where you can stall for the rest of your team, kind of get out since nobody else can get through that wall. So we'll have to see how this goes here. And yeah, it looks like we are seeing the usual hovers. Ooh, Goops is actually gonna shift over to that Cypher, so ignore everything I just said about that Vise. Maybe not particularly into the look that they saw yesterday on the defensive side of things, and just want the regular Cypher with having those trips available, especially when you can spread them out and just cover the A site just as, or something like a B site, and not have people there, and just like donate a trip there. Yeah, so besides that, the usual post comp being locked in here. Meanwhile, on the other side, pretty much a mirror comp, but with Sova instead of Gecko coming through here, which generally is pretty standard overall for this map. So relatively standard comp versus a relatively standard post comp. Oh, Omen as well, of course, which generally is the smokes that's used here. But I'd say Omen and Astra are relatively interchangeable on a lot of maps. Just how they work. It kind of comes down to the players and the playstyle a little bit. Looking for... Looks like my mouse has just died. So we're gonna plug that in, and yeah, all right, good to go. But yeah, so it is going to be a tack side start here for Post, which again, stronger side of the map for them, so they should be in pretty good spot to want to start to kick this one off early. Definitely a side of the map that they want to get a lot of rounds on, and kick things off. For my guess, probably going to be a B into A look is their classic pistol strat that they do like to do. Sometimes they differentiate from it, but
here,
overall that is probably the look that we're going to see here based on how they're lining up. They may take away some of this A pressure towards A long, probably with the Gecko Dizzy before going into B, and yeah, things are already getting pinged by Mojo, so it is just going to be bit hit, most likely. That cat throws me off every time someone uses that spray. And yeah, Mojo gonna get right out into it. So yeah, it is gonna be the A orb retrieved over for Nassau here. But yeah, nice little meet into A take here. It is gonna be met with some fighting here and potentially a collapse here, so we'll have to see if Post can make this work early on. And the gunfight,
Spike down A.
3 kills for John Frank, and just around not
One enemy remaining.
the best for Post here, as they are going to get taken down here. So while they did find the A players, they lost 3 in the process off of a beautiful crossfire that was red overall. And I think the big problem with that round is they didn't find any fights into B, and they didn't really get all those isolated fights or really catch it off guard. The pressure was just kind of absorbed and positioned well for. It's a little unfortunate of a start for Post here, but they're going to be just down to classics here, so should not have the best time this round, but maybe they can make something work. They can grab a couple of early kills while grouped together. And yeah, with that smoke covering the orb take here, gonna be a pretty easy orb overall. I believe they fed that onto John Frank, yeah, who does have so many orbs already. Did grab that orb from the first round, got 3 kills, so in a very good spot here. And to see
cage triggered.
what Post go for here, and looks like Mojo is just going to be backing off here and maybe regrouping short or looking for a flank. It is going to be the A commit from the looks of it. They did hear noise from Dissident there, running to avoid the dart. And that's the flash coming in, and Post getting melted here. A flawless round coming through. And so far, a good start for Nassau Community College here. They do get to keep all of their guns. Ooh, I don't believe there was a buy for Wano in the last round. I didn't catch that. Oh yeah, it was just the Sheriff. I was debating on buying an op here, but it's just going to stick with a Marshall from the looks of it and opt into the next round. I don't hate either call if they went for the op and trying to win the round, but honestly, their guns aren't necessarily the best here. Did downgrade to a Bucky. Dizzy going to be used towards a long yet again by Chixxa. So the very standard play here for Post that they like to do with that A default, and then they're going to try and transition this into a Mojo B-side hit, but it's just going to be a full pivot over towards Rush here. We'll get spotted out by the Cypher cam now, so have to see what Post can do here. And Jovenil finding one with the Marshall there. It's going to be a little bit unfortunate for Post here, and that's the trip taken out, so. Oh, the Marshall shot gonna tag Mojo there, but it was only a leg shot, so not too bad. And now we will have this sight, but the Bucky doing work here, and Post now in a little bit of trouble here, and Dissident does manage to get one before going down here, but now only 2 left alive for Post. And a little bit of an overstep from Goops, does manage to get one, but it's all down to Chixxa. 1v2. Smoke not finding the shots, not landing, and John Frank finds that through the smoke, so that's going to be 3 rounds here for Nassau Community College. They convert the bonus round and Post in a lot of danger here. And that is a round very unfortunate.
Here.
The Marshall doing a decent amount of work for Jovenil there. And now with guns upgraded, and with Wano having an off, things in dire straits for Post here.
Right there.
Probably another round being taken away here for Nassau Community College, but we have to see what the Eagles can do here. And Mojo's just gonna take space towards this lead area here. The bomb actually went down, and John Frank found a kill. Monzi as well finds another kill, so Post just gonna get annihilated on the save round so far.
Standing.
They did manage to get the plant down, but that looks like all they will get here as Goops fighting for his life will go down. Monzi with a triple kill here. A 4-0 start for Nassau Community College.
Flawless.
And Post should have buys here, so and a spot to maybe correct this half for them. There's still a lot of rounds to play here, and I think we're gonna have a tech pause coming in. Yep, looks like there was a disconnect here, so just going to be a second on that. And this is a very convenient time actually for Post for one of the Nassau players to disconnect, because they can maybe take this time to discuss their strategy in what kind of feels like I don't want to say a must-win round because it's still very early, but definitely a round that they want to get back into the game for. And is my Wi-Fi having issues again? I just saw that in the chat here. I've had everything working on my end, at least so far. I don't know if it's a stream issue.
Right there.
But
Right there.
I don't know. But anyways, looks like I think we had the reconnect. Yep, reconnect, and there was an R, but no unpause has come through yet. Oh, there we go. So yeah, unpause going to come through now, and we'll be back into yeah, I think with how tough the early start was, if they can at least have a winning half, I think they'll be pretty happy with it overall. Again, this is generally their better half on the map, but sometimes when you get in these situations with certain specific teams... Oh, and a beautiful dodge of the shot there. Mojo there, but Chixxa not going to be
mid.
as fortunate. Mojo's still going to be able to live despite getting tagged by the tripwire there. And Post are going to rotate in through Garage now, knowing that the trip is probably not there at this point. And with that kill going through as well for Dissident, this round is in a very good spot here for Post. And Wano, I'm not sure how that shot didn't hit. Maybe still moving
exactly
when
where
they
you
took
are.
the shot there. And
Spike planted.
Post, that's a very good situation here as Dissident still has a lot of breach utility in this round as well. To maybe be a factor, just holding the flash here. Almost got killed by that hop shot there. And Now, it's going to be a flash from
One
Dissident,
enemy
who
remaining.
manages to find one, and a bunch of kills going through all at once here. Going to leave it in
enemy
a
remaining.
1v2, make it a 1v1 here. And the bomb getting tapped here. The Astral Divide not being in their favor, but Mojo finds that kill anyways. And it got a little bit worrisome there for Post when all of those kills came through there, especially when it got down to the 1v1, because their own Cosmic Divide there, unfortunately, making it so that Mojo couldn't actually hear if the bomb was tapped, but times it well, finds that kill, finds the clutch there, and now it looks like Nassau is going to be not in a great spot here economically. It's a round that, at least economy-wise, favors Post here. Right there, just gonna take the fast knowingness, and Dissident finds that kill, and yep, that is a free insight. As Mosh goes a little bit high there, but Post now in a good spot here. They do have a lot of control of this garage area as well, which is very important, especially with the fact that it now pretty much has to be a flood out coming through here. Wano's gonna dash in and get hit by all of the utilities, somehow still alive in the smoke, manages to find one with the jet knives here and trying to make a round out of it. That's a second kill, but Goops manages to shut Wano down, and despite everything, time is ticking down here. The defuse is coming through here, but oh, last bullet kill for SteveJobless will clutch out that round, and man, that was a very close round here that should have been, I think, a little bit more definitively in the favor of Post, but with how everything played out, those jet knives from Wano being so good to get a couple kills there, just the bomb defuse almost coming through as time was ticking down, but a round win is a round win, and the op back in the hands of Wano here, so we'll be looking to challenge this mid area again. Post probably expecting it at this point. The op has been seen quite a few times, especially in mid here. I think the 8 was cleared as well, and Wano, a beautiful shot onto Mojo there, so that is a big loss here for Post. We'll have to see if they can maybe get a trade throw back somewhere. And Omen going to have to get out there with the Shroud Step. The thing now for Post is they don't have a lot of map control here. A-site, 3 people on it for Nassau. And no control anywhere else on the map. They're going to try and work their way back through mid here. And Wano, I believe, got a spot in mid, but didn't find any sort of kill. And Post are just going to rotate all the way in through garage here. It's all going to come down to
Camera taken out
on this
30 seconds.
all alone here, but Wano shoots Dizzy after finding that first kill there, and Goops manages to find the kill on the site, so oh, another shot goes wide for Wano here, trying to make it work with the classic. John Frank found a kill with the Hunter's Fear here, and now just 13 seconds left. Post need to get a plant.
10 seconds left.
And Dissident is just going to try and plant the spike here, and will manage to get it off here, but now is in a lot of trouble on the site. Manages to find 1 kill there, and Chixxa down to just 30 HP. Will have to try and make this work, and I don't know if it's doable. It would take a major clutch here, and just some spray throughs not going to go in the favor of Post there, and that is going to be Nassau Community College holding the lead here at 5-4. But I think for Post, that string of 4 rounds right back definitely puts them in a much better spot than they were at the start of this. see. They do have guns still available as well. A couple light armors, but nothing too big. And looks like they are going to challenge this A site potentially.
Stay safe.
I do like the idea of it, but they're actually going to have Mojo shift over towards garage again. So sort of a similar look to what they had last round here. And Mojo a little bit scared to peek there because of the potential.
Off your feet!
Oh, and that is a beautiful rolling thunder coming through. Mojo's able to capitalize off of that as well. It came from A short, so being able to take that space and use that, very impressive.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't
Monster
see
on
it
the loose.
coming here, and just managed to find one, make it a second one here. And as the chaos comes through, Post 4 left alive, so a beautiful take there from Post. Getting Dissident up through A short, letting him use the rolling thunder from there, knowing that that op is likely on that site and likely solo holding that site as it has been the last couple rounds. Mojo able to work his way up close mid there, find the dash and find that kill to open up that site. So beautiful work here from Post so far. To get themselves back in this half.
Take him out.
I think it's, yeah, light buys here for the side of Nassau Community College here, and Post are just going to take that information and try and roll towards the C site here, but it is triple stacked here, so could be dangerous, especially if there's a judge here for Wano. Does take their time, finds that first kill, is going to dash out, but will be greeted by a lot of members of Post here, so overall a very good take here for Post. 4 left alive, just the one casualty when fighting versus 3 people on the site, so got out of the scary part of the round. Now it's just a Spectre and Classic coming through here, and a beautiful aftershock forces John Frank out, and Mojo collects a triple kill to close out the round there. So
last round in the half.
Now Post managing to at least get an even half here, despite the 0-4 start. So things overall momentum in their favor. And they did start off slow yesterday as well, so maybe it's less of a side thing and it's more of a warming up into the server type issue, and they have warmed up enough now. Posts are looking to maybe grab a 7th round here, go into the half with a lead. And dash through from Mojo. No utility getting tagged there onto Omen, so Post gonna get shut down so far into this site take, but finally managing to find some kills back as SteveJobless found a few kills, and Chixxa caught reloading is gonna go down, and Goops will take it down as well. So a fast push shut down at the end of the half. 6-6 half overall. I think it's a half that both teams could be quite happy with overall, given the start of the half. Post happy to get it back to even, and as for Nassau Community College, they got through the hard part of the half with, or the hard part of the map with 6 rounds, so definitely can be happy with that if you're them. Mojo is gonna look towards short here. We've seen this play 100 times by Post. Mojo pushes up short as the Jet. Dissident gonna look for the concuss, and Mojo's gonna try and get a lot of kills here with this Sheriff, so have to see how it looks here. Yep, stun comes through. Mojo pushed in, and I don't think they're ready for Mojo to be on this side here. Mojo finds one, makes it a second there. Dissident did go down, but overall a favorable trade there, taking out both short players. And now it looks like John Frank did retake short control here, but Mojo is out of it, and they do have numbers advantage here, and now it is going to be even here, and actually disadvantage on the site
Last
itself,
player
and
standing.
despite the concuss and the flash, Post not able to find any of those kills there, and it's all down to Goops with a classic
Spike planted.
1v3. What can Goops show us here? I mean, it's just so tough. Everything being watched for. Yep. And the jump out of heaven. John Frank gonna find that kill. And now, another save round here for Post. They might get something like Sheriff onto Mojo by the looks of it. But besides that, should just be normal guns. I will say the one benefit that Post do have on this map, or at this half of the map, is that Wana was very excellent overall with that op. It did seem very comfortable with it, and can't really op nearly as well on the attacking side of things. So that will be a little bit limited here. We'll have to see if that changes things for their efficiency in this game. Meanwhile, they are just going to continue to push through A here, but very importantly, Dissident has a lot of space here coming through, and meanwhile, the bomb's actually going towards C, so a little bit interesting here, and Dissident should catch that as well. It's just going to fall back down into mid, and Goop should know this is going to be a fight for their lives over on this C site with
I found my wife.
opening kill going on to Mojo there, so there was one lurker left there, and meanwhile Dissident will be able to find that kill, but the site is being taken, the site is overwhelmed.
Last player standing.
SteveJobless going to go down as well, so it's all down to Dissident, who does make a second kill happen here.
Blinding.
With that flash too, Wano gonna have to tuck there.
Flash out.
That flash, can't find anything. Would have been nice to potentially get that rifle away, but no luck there. And Post overall taking away 2 of the guns. Not the worst thing in the world for them. It looks like Nassau Community College are going to partially buy into this round. Probably just Sheriffs on the 2 formerly dead members, as the Spectre, the Phantom, and the Guardian get bonused over. Remember, last time there was a bonus round, Nassau did take that round, and Mojo maybe got a little bit over aggressive, went down there, and that's going to be a gun left on the ground too as well, so that makes things very dangerous here for Post, but a lot of damage did come through. 3 very low health bars here for Nassau, so we'll have to see if that pays off. Despite having the numbers advantage here, 2 of them just a bullet away from going down here. Could lead to some big multi-frags here. Maybe potentially from Goops, who is alone on this site towards A, which is where they seem to be going, so we'll have to see how Goops holds this. Does have a full setup here, so could find some big kills here, and that's going to be tough coming through here, but a nice trip there, and does manage to find one. Dissident's now here for backup, but Dissident's now alone on the site as Goops went down, but with some good fighting there, Post are going to bring it down to a 2v2. And remember, John Frank down to just 9 HP here, so 1 bullet will
One enemy
in,
remaining.
but what a beautiful shot here, and it's all down to SteveJobless, who can make a round out of this, really find that first kill, and didn't know they were long before, but is suspecting of, yep, that short push there, and Jobless just gonna look for the fight here and finds that kill despite being flashed, and that's going to be a round saved
Okay,
here. A
I'm still on
good
it.
clutch from SteveJobless.
Clutch.
To bring it back within one off of
Hey
that,
people, come on now. I'm
Econ
anticipating my
but a little
congratulations.
bit in shambles here. Definitely not the round they particularly wanted there, but good enough of a round for a win. Maybe they
Should I
can
play
make
some
something work
stars in
with
this
sheriffs
reality?
here, but a struggling economic situation here for Post. Have to see what they can do with it. Granted, when you are on the defender side, you can sort of choose your angles a little bit. So a lot of these not as good long-range guns can maybe find cheeky, cheekier angles, right? This Stinger could maybe find a close range fight where the Stinger does tend to outperform even the best of rifles. Chixxa in a dangerous spot here, but does have this Dizzy available, and with Garage covered, should actually be pretty okay here. Just seems like the C hit is inevitable here. It is going to come in down. A beautiful flash from Chixxa, but does also get flashed as well, so he's able to find anything here, and Dissident's going to go down as well, so
Spike down.
Mojo
C.
did manage to find one with the Sheriff, but can't find anything else, and Post down to just their Sheriff.
Last
now.
player standing.
A classic
Spike
for goops,
planted.
So not the best situation here. 1v4. See if goops can maybe take a gun or two away. And is already going to be spotted out here, which is going to make things very difficult. Did find a tag on Mono, but Mono will find that kill, and will find a triple kill on the round here. So
I'll do my job, you do yours.
back to a 2-round advantage here for Nassau Community College. Looks like Post should have buys into this round overall. And Mojo just one away from old Dissident as well, so some of these olds starting to stack up here. John Frank does have that Hunter's Fury, which so far has netted kills every time. Well, Mojo does have to be very careful here.
Blocking sight.
Almost lines up the headshots there, but we'll just have to escape with that jet dash, so having a potential opportunity. Well, it does slip away. It does give a lot of information overall here. I think Post can be happy with that. Garage control now going to be ceded over to Nassau Community College. Post will keep control of the C site. They'll make sure that nobody can come out of garage here, and Dissident managing to find a kill through window here, and now Chixxa gonna be tested, gets that flash off as well. It's just dropping the utility onto the site, and now we're sitting at a 3v3 here,
Spike planted.
and that is a beautiful rolling
One enemy
thunder.
remaining.
And it's enough to maybe get this job done here, but
standing.
Wano all alone. Can't find both kills. Goops finds the clutch here and finds the timing. So another close round that Post will be happy to walk away with here. However, not a lot of money yet again for them. So struggling economy-wise. Actually, with that win, did move their funds up enough that maybe they can force together a buy here. Does look like it's going to be Sheriff.
Yes.
Yeah, probably not a buy here for Post, and another buy available here for Nassau. So able
This
to
goes here.
continue to control this economy very well. Due to the circumstances of the rounds here. But the important thing at the end of the day is that Post is able to currently keep up with rounds despite the economy. Goops gonna be tested here. Does have a Vandal. Here.
Wow, my eyes are down.
Meanwhile, SteveJobless does have just a classic, so a lot of work for goops
Cage
here.
triggered.
As the cage comes through here. And Chixxa on this flank does have to be careful about being spotted out here. It's just going to get spotted out now, so with that information,
Need that
it
back.
should be pretty clear that a rotate is probably coming through here. We'll see if Mojo can find good timing on this. And can't find the head of John Frank, who does take out Mojo there. Now, yeah, it should just be a free entry onto this C site here. Plant coming down, and they do have garage
Spike
control,
planted.
so a little bit of something to work with here. But not a lot of guns, and that's going to make it quite difficult here. Goops will have to be his first contact with this rifle. It's going to go down.
Last player
SteveJobless did
standing.
manage to find one kill, though, and Dissident with just the sheriff. Rifle just a little bit out of reach. Does manage to recover that now and gets out of there. And Pod reloading, though. Joe finds that kill. And now double digits here for Nassau Community College, as Post do manage to scrape together another bye here, so back in another weird situation, however, where they kind of need to keep a lot of these guns into the next round. They can't have a close round, or they will be risking having no money once again. And it looks like it is going to be likely an A hit here. I'm a little bit curious how they approach this. They've been having to deal with the Cypher, who is in the same position as usual, so it is a pretty familiar setup at the lead a little bit, but Neil just all the way up through B here, finds a second kill here, so now a third kill coming through on this lurk, and
They found my
this
wire.
round, oh so difficult.
Cage
The
triggered.
players for Post so split up from each other on this round, so they can't even fight together. Chixxa, though, does manage to find that first kill. But it might be
Last
a little
player
late in this
standing.
round. Yep, as Goops all alone is spotted by that trip, but isn't spotted by the trip, but does spot the trip there. And too difficult of a task here. John Frank finds that kill. And Post give up 11 rounds now. Don't have a lot to work with money-wise here, so maybe Goops should have gone for a save potentially there. And that is, though, something that doesn't seem to be in Post's playbook most of the time. They do like to take these fights, even if they are miracle fights at times. And Dissident gonna just try and walk up mid with the sheriff, I assume. Suppose we'll maybe just look to flip the map, so to speak. So far, I mean, Neil in a dangerous spot here all alone. Does get challenged here now.
Cage triggered.
Dissident not able to find that angle. Meanwhile, the entry is happening
found my
onto
wire.
the site here, so Wano's gonna find that kill here, and Neil
Spike planted.
manages to get that regroup, so no early guns able to be grabbed. Dissident is just gonna have to regroup here after getting spotted by that trip, but time already ticking off so much here, and they should just hear that run as well. Looks like the Thrash is going to be invested here. Hunter's Fury as well, though. Fury
One
gets
enemy
so much
remaining.
damage, finds 2 kills, and That round completely shut down. As opposed give up map point here. It'll have to be 4 in a row for Post.
Once
Good news is they do have buys for probably the rest of the game, whether they win or lose the rounds. But that depends on how many rounds there will be. Mojo gonna try and find something up short by the looks of it.
Let's go.
But they're not gonna even be there, so looks like it's more of a mid garage situation here. Chixxa does get the spot out there that there are a few people out towards mid. Goops able to stay safe here.
Cage triggered. Caught one.
And is in so much danger in this corner. Did get flashed and does go down, and now the site is claimed here. Both ciphers being taken out. SteveJobless though on the flank manages to find that first kill here and finds one through the smoke as well. So now a very doable round here for Post, as there's just 2 people left alive.
Cover going out.
For Nassau, but they are all the way up long here, so it makes it kind of difficult with the spray is coming through, but defuse is still coming through here. And yeah, that's just going to be a defuse. And Post, they do lose 2 extra bodies in that spray down, but they didn't lose the diffuser.
Here.
Chixxa finding that defuse will bring Post now to 9 rounds here. And mostly having guns. They did have to replace a couple with Guardians and Bulldogs, but those can be quite effective in rounds generally. Especially if they can win this round as well. Maybe bolster their econ a little bit. Just trying to find a fight towards long here. Mojo very pushed up short. Can't find that kill. Is potentially looking to repeat here, which could be very, very, very dangerous, but nobody's actually there really to watch it. Meanwhile, the lurk over towards C gonna go in the favor of Nassau here. Chixxa maintains control of garage, and Mojo and Dissident on the other side of the map though did manage to find quite a few kills there. So now there's only 2 left alive here, but a long way to rotate here for Post, so we'll take some time off the clock overall, but they are going to take it pretty carefully here by the looks of it.
Last player
And
standing.
Mojo finds a triple kill here, and all alone, Dissident will find that last kill. And that's 10 rounds, double digits here for Post. And now Post have fixed their econ situation, at least a little bit for themselves here. Ultimates online for Dissident and Goops as well. The Rolling Thunder definitely being the most impactful here, but both sides actually having the Rolling Thunder available. We'll have it as well.
Obscuring vision.
SteveJobless is going to be challenged on this B site here by the looks of it here. Yep, that's that first Rolling Thunder being used, and almost actually saves SteveJobless there, but won't make it out alive. And that is going to be another plant coming through here, but John Frank is going to choose to go down for that plant here, and I'm not sure if I like that call, as you still had plenty of time in the round, so sacrificing themselves for the opportunity to get that bomb down, and confident that the rest of the team can find the win here. But that's a beautiful Rolling Thunder that comes through, but Chixxa can't capitalize off of it, and now things sort of falling apart here for Post. But Mojo finds 2, Goops finds another, and it's all down to Iwano, and Dissident will close out that kill. So another round here for Post, and they've brought it within 1 yet again. So despite a struggling start to that round, they managed to find a round win there. They'll have bias going into the final round for both teams for the most part here. Yeah, his economy very, very good for John Frank, so we'll be able to buy when they do. And yeah, Post managing to grab 3 rounds in a row, giving the opportunity for overtime. It's one last round in regulation. We'll have to see if Post can force this to overtime or if Nassau will be able to close this out. And it'll start off with Mojo and Wano trading damage there, and Drone does tag Mojo out as well, so we're just gonna have to retreat even further. Just dropping the utility down short to try and hold off this push, but based on previous rounds, there's a good chance that Nassau Community College just ends up rotating off of the A site here, but maybe they'll stick around. And Post starting to think that the rotate could potentially come through, or actually falling off of this A site here. So with this utility coming through for Monzi, they should be aware of it, but decides to actually cancel that utility, and they're just going to continue to sit over towards this A site here. Chixxa now spotting that there's nobody mid. They know there's nobody up through garage because of the Cypher trip there as well, so maybe Post start rotating
30 seconds left.
back here, especially with 30 seconds left. It'll be the 2 veterans for Post who will have to defend this site here.
I know
So far, Mojo goes down. Dissident as well. Things falling apart here for Post in the final seconds
Spike
of this
planted.
round. It's going to be a 3v5 retake. Feels
Get
like
out of my way!
this is going to be one tough round if Post can maybe make this work. Chixxa just managed to find one. SteveJobless finds another, so it's down to a 2v3, but the Hellfire not watched for.
Attackers
Wano
win.
finds that kill, and it's going to be a closed out game for Nassau Community College, and a very close one, a 13-11 here. And remember, this game is to, or this series is to keep Post's playoff chances alive here. So if they drop one more map, that probably means they can't make playoffs at this point. A very close map, and a little bit of a tough loss there for Post, as it is pretty much their signature map on the year. So things will only get harder from here. But so far, beautiful gameplay from both teams. And we're going to cut to a break real quick. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Alrighty, welcome back everybody. Looks like we're about to get into the second map of Lotus. For those of you just joining us now, it was a victory for Nassau Community College in the first game, a 13-11 victory that came right down to the wire. And looks like we're going to head right into Lotus here, which I assume is probably the map pick of Nassau Community College, as it's not something that we particularly see post on. We will see them on it every now and then, but generally it's because of the other team picking it. And with post taking the attack side of the map, which is generally a very favored side of the map for Lotus, we'll have to see if they can come out to a better start than they did in the first game. Remember, they dropped the first 4 rounds of the first half, managed to come back to a 6-6 half on the attack side, and then they kind of went back down into another disadvantage going into that second half, almost worked their way back into it. Meanwhile, we are seeing pretty much an identical comp that they were playing on Haven for post here. Actually perfectly identical by the looks of it. Meanwhile, for Nassau Community College, we're seeing a Raze come out for Wano, which is generally the favored duelist on this map, over the Jet pick. So not really surprised there. A Brimstone pick, though, is quite surprising. You don't typically see it on this map. Generally, you see... Oh wait, it's double smokes. Yep, Omen and Brimstone being locked into that, I think makes a lot more sense. Generally with double smokes on this map, though, you'll tend to see like Viper, Omen, and stuff like that, but probably have some sort of strat cooked up here, especially with that Chamber picked as well, and a Gecko for John Frank this game. And so quite a unique comp coming in here for Nassau Community College, but I'm curious what the idea on it is, because they, I assume the Brimstone probably has to play more towards B here, as he is walking over there just because the smokes are very short-ranged, and Lotus is a very wide map, right? It is 3 sites. It's a lot wider than it is long. Makes it hard for Brimstone to get smokes everywhere, but they do have the Omen to cover a lot of the smokes anyways, so maybe it's not a big deal if the Brimstone plays more towards one of the sides here. They don't have particularly a lot of defensive utility to defend these sites. It does seem like a comp that wants to play a little bit more on the attack side, at least wants to take aggressive fights defensively. And Neil can't find any headhunter shots there, so he's gonna have to just TP away here, but effectively did stop the aggression here from Post, who are just gonna pivot all the way over towards this A site here, and will be greeted by John Frank on this Gecko. Is going into position onto Rubble here. Has the timing, finds 1 kill, can't find a 2nd kill as Chixxa manages to grab that kill. And they do see that that door is open, so they are just gonna cut through into a tree here and look to fight through there. Nobody on the site right now, but Post unaware of that possibility. Are going to continue to hit the tree door here, and now I think Nassau are sort of sensing this and kind of backing off a bit, potentially looking for rotate, but are keeping 3 on A for now. Brimstone
30
is going
seconds
to
left.
look over towards B now here. SteveJobless is going to go down before the site hit happens, so that early sort of lurk not going to work out here. And 4 kills going the way of Nassau, but Dissident finally gets a trade here. Unfortunately, the bomb didn't get planted, though. The wingman was taken out in just 11 seconds.
Left.
Time not on the side of Post here, as they do have to get this plant to come through here. And no time on the planet. It's just going to be a back off here for Nassau Community College. So They did find the time that they needed to win that, and a plant does come through here for more post, but despite the little bit of money extra coming in for them, probably won't be a force-up round, and they did lose that pistol. Although, to be honest, I wouldn't mind just like a stinger buy here because they did get the
Hit them fast, hit them
bomb
hard.
plant money, but not going to happen here. And I think it's just going to be a fast hit here that's going to be completely shut down here. And John Frank found the kill all the way over towards A as well here. So now just 2 left alive for post. The early push going to get quickly snuffed out here, and Chixxa is going to be greeted by John Frank as well. Last
player
coming through,
standing.
and it's all
Spike down.
It's going to be a flawless 2 kills picked up for Wano at the end of that round.
Good effort.
And now post should have buys here, so potentially a troublesome situation though as well, because this is the 3rd pistol round that has gone the way of Nassau Community College in this series here. And those have both converted into the 2nd rounds after, and the 3rd rounds after that have been one going the way of Nassau and one going the way of post, but even the one that post managed to grab left their econ in shambles, so we'll have to see if they can have a clean 3rd round here to put them back on the board. Tour de Force actually, or is that a Marshall? No, that's a Marshall, never mind. I thought it was a Tour de Force through the wall there.
Here.
But I'm surprised if that was online so fast, but just gonna hit the button here, and
Enemy kill.
Neil caught out here as Monzi will hold their ground. Get the TP away, will survive with 45 HP, but it's gonna be a 4v4 here. Post once again not really having control of anything on the map here, just having mound control and B main. However, A is left completely unattended by both teams here. And notice that post did leave a lurker here towards C. SteveJobless is going to hear the rotates going away here, so now I wonder if post
30
just
seconds
decide
left
to walk back here, but looks like they're going to commit here as goops actually goes down on the other side of the map. So post looking for a fast plant here, and Dissident manages to find that first kill, and keep your eyes on the lurk for SteveJobless here. Does see the backside of Monzi. Can't find the kill either though. So that lurk now going to be spotted out early here. A flash coming through. Monzi finally going to go down.
Last player standing.
But now it's just up to SteveJobless, and the bomb not planted for them. It's going to be oh so difficult here. That is a 3rd round converted for Nassau Community College. Another bonus converted, and things looking dire for post once again here. Looks like Mojo wants to force up a Guardian here. And I don't blame him. This is a half that you really want to get off to a good start in, and starting 0-4 again in another map is not a very good situation to be in. So we'll have to see what this Guardian can do here. Mojo looking to dash in, can't quite find anybody yet, but the beautiful shooting there. Wano's gonna go down. And now I think there's gonna be a challenge towards the break room there. And Neil finding these shots on that angle.
B.
Finally, post
Last
kill
player
sort of
standing.
starting to come through, but it's Dissident all alone in a 1v2. Does have a Phantom now at this point, but Such a difficult situation to be in here. Doesn't have the bomb. Does have 53 seconds to work with, so definitely isn't impossible here, but with that kill, it now will be. And that was sort of a force-up round here for Post. Maybe they have buys still. Yeah, I guess Mojo still kept enough money to get a buy in here, so a valiant attempt there for Post, but another round not going their way, and another 0-4 start here for Post as Nassau Community College look to run away with this game. Look to try and close out this series in 2 here. The Raise Rocket available for Wano as well, so maybe just pulls the trigger on that, but just gonna play patiently for now. Almost gets stunned up there, but Mojo not going to spot Wano yet, and Wano having backup there. And now go forward, managing to find one of those kills before getting taken down here. And SteveJobless, though, gets 2 back in retaliation. Now we're looking at a 3v3, and Dissident able to find a kill on the lurk there. So now it's going to be a hit all the way over towards C, which was just rotated off of for Monzi. Post likely to have this site here. And SteveJobless is going to spot both there. Doing so much to help them spray through that fight, and a beautiful rolling thunder aftershock, and finally a headshot there for Dissident to close out that round. So Post getting on the board now. Once again, another slow start for Post, but we'll see if they can claw back 3 more rounds to tie it up like they did last time on Haven. Seems like they're starting to get the rhythm here. They do have the Thrash ult available for Chixxa as well, so that is going to be very, very important here. Joe Neal gonna sit in this corner again with this one way. Is just gonna have to TP off here, and so will Monzi as well. So this hold not gonna work out for Mound for them, and Dissident looking to take a potential fight in B main isn't gonna be able to find it there. Players go back off. The thing is, there's so much control towards Rubble here. It kind of has to be a C-sit site hit, but Post take that pretty convincingly here with that Thrash being invested.
Wingman's gonna plant spike.
Wingman now going to plant. Looks like Thrash was too far in to be able to cover.
Dizzy's up. Someone's there.
And the rocket being used for Wano here is able to find 2 kills around the corner there. And now the flank from Monzi coming through as the fighting's happening. Mojo manages to find 1, but Monzi will close out that round. Nassau Community College gonna hold on to this lead, going to extend this lead. Going to have a beautiful retake there, and after Post worrying signs here. Once again, their playoff hopes on the line here. Just a stinger for Mojo, and not much money for anybody really, as this has been sort of a struggle economically so far here for Post. Looks like it is just going to be a hit straight up through B here. And Mojo is just going to have to walk away as that molly is used here. Dissident was chunked quite a bit off of that as well, so everybody already waiting pretty much for a potential B hit. But now as they walk away is when the dash is going to come in, but no kills going the way of Post there. A 4K coming in. And Post completely shut down. 12 kills already in 7. That's one kill coming through. Is that the stun flash
exactly
there?
where you
Doing a lot of work. Mono was able to get out of the way with flashbacks there, but can't get out of the way this time. Less on 30 HP. Never mind. Utility gonna be too much. The spray through in the smokes with no cover available. I think Poster just gonna pivot over into this A site here, and they do have to be a little bit careful because, yep, that fight towards the back of that site
Spike
there
planted.
so far had been winning for Nassau, but this time Post can get control of it on
You
this
want to
rotate.
find it?
The wall gonna be sent through here. Monty actually getting a little bit ahead of this wall here, able to find this first kill, and SteveJobless now being challenged. He does manage to find one, and it's gonna come down to a 1v1. Chixxa having Dizzy available for that flash. Didn't come through, and the timing gonna be oh so dangerous. But Chixxa managing to live for a little bit, but I don't think it's enough time stalled, as I think the defuse should come through here.
My ult's ready.
Now 1.5 seconds basically left. And Nassau
Remember to talk
Community
to each
College
other out there. If you communicate, you win.
going to find another clutch round there, and I think it's just unfortunate that the timing of Dizzy coming through that smoke was the same timing as Brim walking in to the smoke there, so there was just nothing detected. And that meant
Right there.
that Chixxa wanted to throw the molly onto the bomb to stall that time.
Mosh pit.
Post just gonna go forward yet again, finding that first kill. John Frank did find a return kill though. I'm not quite sure how that happened. But as more trades come through, it's gonna be a 3v3 here.
I'm out.
I'm curious how that molly happened, because it seemed to happen all the way in like A main basically. As a blast flank is coming through right now. Oh,
Spike
but the
down
shot
A.
with the tour de
Last
force
player
came
standing.
through, and now it's all down to goops.
I must wait a moment.
I think that was through the oh, a triple kill for John Frank. I think that was a shot through the wall entry as the door was closing there.
Do we mix it up?
That,
Double down? Let's talk.
Came in to find that kill there, and now Post in dire straits here. Pretty much need any round that they can get. So far, just nothing's been working on this attack side here. They've gotten actually decent starts to the round in some of them. They've managed to find opening kills over towards A occasionally, but it just feels like even after that early aggression, in that early advantage, they're just getting picked apart as the round goes on here. And the more that they try this same strategy, the more that Nassau is going to adapt to it this time. Nobody going down. They're willing to give that space here. They're willing to play the 5v5 though, because they won the 4v5 before. Now Mojo in a dangerous spot here.
Off your feet!
The ult coming through. Mojo managing to find that first kill.
Spike carrier is killed.
Dissident going to
Spike
challenge.
down A.
John Frank here is going to go down, and Mojo getting a knife kill, so some consolation
standing.
here. Mojo in the 1v2.
One enemy
Manages to
remaining.
find the first one, has a triple kill on the round now, and it's going to come down to a 1v1 spike in tree here. Should be able to grab
I got
that.
the spike.
no tap on the door here. I do like that position because there was a world where
30
Mojo
seconds
maybe
left.
taps that tree room door and tries to escape out that way, but 22 seconds now ticking. Mojo does finally go for the plant here.
Spike
Won't
planted.
manage to get it. But won't manage to get the gunfight here. And that is going to be a 9th round for Nassau. In what seems like an impossible situation for Post now. They did come back from a 9-3 in their match yesterday. But that was 9-3 on the disadvantaged side of the map. Have to see if they can make basically miracles out of the rest of this game here. Now an opt for Jove and Neil here. It's gonna come through. But it won't be where Post is.
Grenade!
Again, yeah, it's just the early A hit here, a little bit of chip damage with that grenade as well, so pretty much a repeat of the previous rounds here. Dissident though, managing to find that opening kill onto Wano. Stun nearly onto John Frank.
Monster on the loose!
Just another kill coming through here, and John Frank found another kill as well, and should go down now with remaining. What was that? Fully blinded up, running, finds the headshot onto Dissident.
Run, little man!
I mean, so unfortunate here for Post on that round. Even when they do the right things with the utility,
Thrash is ready.
it just doesn't seem to go their way. And John Frank finds a triple kill. They're just unable to take this A site despite getting that early
Last
space.
round before the switch.
And it's 10 rounds. It's already double digits before the half. Looks like Post are just gonna run it A again. I don't know. I don't know quite how I feel about that. Looks like they might have the right read as
Right
there's
there.
only John Frank
Right
on
there.
A right now. As I bet Nassau Community College is thinking, surely there's
Get
no
out of
way
my
they
way.
run it back on this side again. And it's going to be quick rotates coming over here as they get ready to adjust. Mojo. It's just going to get sprayed through the wall. That's so much HP going away. I didn't even know you could spray directly through that wall here. And kills just going all the way of Nassau here. Mojo's such low HP and gets gunned down here as well. Wano going wild here.
One enemy remaining.
Managing to find that
Spike
kill with
down
the
A.
Odin. It's all down to Goops. And it's an 11th round here for Nassau Community College. And it really just feels
Switching sides.
like Post were kind of
Side check, we feeling good?
running the same strategy over and over again, trying to make things work, but it's gonna have to be a tremendous comeback here if they want a shot of winning this game.
Here.
It all starts with the pistol round, pretty much a must-win pistol round. If you lose this, you're at gun disadvantage, at map point, at series point here. So for Post, it's pretty much all or nothing on this pistol. Looks like they're going to push immediately out of the A site here.
Let's take at least
They will
one
be
down with
met
us.
with that aggression as well, so we'll have to see if Nassau just chooses to try and work that aggression. And yeah, by the looks of it, they aren't even going to peek out. And now they're going to look potentially for... Nope, not even going to take that fight. They're just going to walk it straight up towards B and C here. Mostly towards B here, but a little bit of a lurk coming through as well. SteveJobless gonna go down, and it's just gonna be a pivot over towards C here.
They found cage triggered.
And yeah, they read the Cypher cage there, so it's just going to be a free entry onto the C site, and it's 5v3. It's an important retake here for Post. Very difficult one.
Spike planted.
Not sure entirely what the plan is here, but it starts with Chixxa going down. It's just the veterans of Post here. Dissident managing to find that first kill, but they're both spotted out now. Makes this so hard. Dissident all alone now. Is going to go down, and map point, series point here for Nassau Community College.
Match point.
20 kills on this Brimstone. Massive work here. Post, yeah, they'll force up what they can. It's Sheriffs, it's Stingers, it's Specters. It's not a great position to be in here, but they'll buy what they can. It would have to be 11 rounds in a row for OT. And that's Mojo going down. The fight not going the way of Post. It's all down to Dissident. All alone finds one, finds a second, but too little too late. And a 13-1 victory for Nassau Community College here. And as for Post, unlikely now to make playoffs in ECAC. I'm unsure if it's mathematically possible or not. I know this was a very important game for them to potentially be able to, but Nassau Community College, just the better team on the day. Post held them close in the first game, 13-11. This time unable to compete on Lotus. Definitely a map that I think there's a lot more practice for Nassau Community College on that map. By the looks of it, very, very clean gameplay there for them and everything going right for them. But that is going to be the end of the broadcast tonight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a wonderful night, everybody.